Today we'll be talking more about the PlayStation 5. Sony pretty much confirmed it last week, but now they're actually hiring to help out with the roadmap for the PS5. It's looking like a 2019 release for the PS5 is becoming more and more likely, although I'm not completely sold yet. We've also got some details on Fallout 76 break-it-in early test application, cross-progression, cross-platform, and some of the stuff that Bethesda is planning for the game based on some tweets that Pete Hines sent out. No Man's Sky is one of the biggest game revitalizations that I've ever seen. Coming off of its release back in 2016, that game was an absolute train wreck, but now it's become a pretty great experience, and developers Hello Games aren't closing the door on VR support, and No Man's Sky is a game that I think would work wonders with PSVR. Also, we talked about that crazy PS4 messaging bug, and Sony is very much aware of it, and that will be resolved very soon. And lastly, I do want to talk a little bit about Legend of the Heroes Trails of Cold Steel 1 and 2. Those games are coming to the PlayStation 4, and we have an idea of some of the features that will be included in the PS4 version, very similar to what we saw in the PC version of the game. More on that at the end of this video. First, I know a lot of you guys are adverse to the thought of a PlayStation 5, and even more so if a PlayStation 5 is released in 2019. I think a lot of you guys recently picked up a PS4 Pro. Maybe you got the God of War bundle, maybe you got the Spider-Man bundle, and you're thinking, man, I just got this console and Sony wants to release another console? Well guys, by 2019 time, the PS4 would have been released for 6 years, and 6 years is typically that regular console window that you see. The PS3 did have a 7-year cycle, but a lot of people were calling for the PS4 well before the PS4 was actually released. The PlayStation 5 in 2019 I don't think is absolutely crazy anymore. I originally thought a 2020 release would be more likely, especially because they have this set of exclusive games, but they could always move these exclusive games to be cross-platform titles, be it on the PS4 and on the PS5, and a PS5 is looking even more likely to be announced very soon, as a role for senior project manager to help plot out the roadmap for the PlayStation 5 was spotted by Restera, and the job entails this, quote, "You will own the roadmap for the next generation PlayStation campaign." They're also looking for a senior software engineer that will, quote, "momentum of PS4's tremendous success worldwide going over to the next generation." We are hearing a lot more about the PlayStation 5. We had that Infinity Ward job listing that also suggests that the next Call of Duty game would be released on the PlayStation 5. Call of Duty last generation, when it was time for Call of Duty Ghosts to be released, that was a game that was cross-generation in that it was released on the PlayStation 3, it was released on the PlayStation 4, 360, Xbox One, so could we be seeing that again? I think that job listing really opened up a lot of people's eyes, and now that we're hearing more and more about the possibility of a PlayStation 5, I'm really starting to think 2019 might not be out of the realm of possibility, and I think that's going to disappoint a lot of people actually, because a lot of you guys seem very satisfied with the PlayStation 4 for now, but this is a story that we'll be monitoring and following up on. Moving on, the Fallout 76 break-it-in early test application will be kicking off on the Xbox One next week, and then the PlayStation 4 and PC test application will be kicking off on October 30th. A stress test trial for the break-it-in early test application is also coming to the Xbox One this weekend, and Pete Hines sent out a series of tweets that gave us a little bit of an idea of what to expect. First of all, if you're disappointed that the stress test isn't coming to the PlayStation 4 or PC, don't worry too much. Somebody tweeted out saying, again, no love for PS4 or PC, Bethesda fans real nice, and Pete Hines responded, "The Xbox test is first, so naturally they need to stress test there first. If they do it for other platforms, it would be similarly in advance of the full beta." Another user asked, is there a chance that may ever happen or out of the question when talking about cross-platform progression, and Pete Hines said that will likely be a part of what they look at along with cross-platform play when they have time post-launch. Lastly, he talked a little bit about the Atomic Shop items, which if you guys don't know, that is where the microtransactions are going to be tied to the currency there. You can also earn in-game, but given how microtransactions are usually done in these styles, a lot of it is probably going to be pretty difficult to get, and you'll want to drop some money. Somebody tweeted out, "I was wondering if we could have character names for each account that other players would see, or will they just see our gamertag? Also, if we buy/find cosmetics, can we put them on multiple accounts that we own?" Pete Hines said they will see your account name regardless of your character name. Atomic Shop items are shared across characters, so you will be able to equip and use these items on a multitude of characters, all that are tied to your account. If you guys are unaware, Fallout 76 officially hits PC, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One on November 14th. The beta kicks off on October 23rd on Xbox One, PC, and PS4 will get it on October 30th. To get access, all you have to do is pre-order the game retail or digitally. Moving on from that, No Man's Sky has been one of the biggest gaming comebacks that we've seen all of this generation. We've seen a couple of other gaming comebacks, but No Man's Sky was really in a deep purgatory, but it is making a strong comeback after all of the different updates that have been released absolutely free. And I think from the get-go when No Man's Sky was announced, I think the idea of VR support for the game was something that captivated a lot of gamers. We haven't seen it yet, but Hello Games aren't ruling it out yet. Hello Games was sending out an Explorer feedback survey, and one of the questions was which of these features would you like to see the most in No Man's Sky? Some of these features include replace orbs with full character models, more base building depth, enhancements to underwater exploration, quality of life improvements, stranger and more varied planets, polish of existing features, more depth and variety in NPCs, larger multiplayer lobbies, or other. And of course, there was one for VR support. In any case, after all of the updates, namely No Man's Sky Next, most recently, No Man's Sky has become a pretty great experience, and best of all, originally it was released at $59.99, but you can regularly find the game at like $19.99 now, so it's a much more palatable buy, and it's a much better experience now than it was in 2016. And moving on from that, you guys might be aware of the crazy PS4 messaging bug that was going on recently. Players were being sent messages that caused a factory reset, and it was forced factory reset out of nowhere, and these messages could be sent from random players if your account was set to public. A way to circumvent this was to set your account private or to friends only, as long as you trust everyone on your friends list and they're not going to screw you over. So it's a pretty easy fix, but this was a crazy issue going around, and players were actually using it and abusing it with Rainbow Six Siege and climbing up rankings, messing people over while playing that game, so that was a big issue. VG247 reached out to Sony, and Sony responded saying, quote, "We are aware of this situation and are planning a system software update to resolve this problem." Hopefully that software update comes very soon, because this is one of the weirdest bugs that I've ever seen on the PlayStation Network, and trust me, I've seen it all. I went through the time where the PlayStation Network went down for over a month. This was just something that was completely out of left field. Again, it was an easy fix, but just the weirdest bug that you're gonna come across. So an update for that is coming very soon, and The Legend of Hero Trails of Cold Steel 1 and 2 are coming to the PlayStation 4 in early 2019. Guys, if you're into JRPGs, these games are tremendous. Some of the best storytelling, some of the best world building that you're gonna find in a JRPG. I've already spoken in depth about these games and how good they are, but with the PS4 version, you are going to be getting some perks. Specifically, we know that they will be remastered with gameplay improvements. PS4 remaster of the classic featuring 4K 60 FPS support, HD graphics, optimized interface, and new turbo mode to explore map at 2 times and battle at 4 times speed. Now, turbo mode doesn't sound that great. However, I played this game on PC, and that turbo mode really made exploration a lot easier if you want to breeze through some of the times where you have to backtrack. Makes that part of the game a lot more palatable. Also, it touts that you can experience the game as never before. Original Japanese voices, 50% additional English voiceover lines, all DLC included from the start, and series veterans can pick up and play from a previous PS3 or PS Vita save. This game did release on the PS3, PS Vita, and PC, so on that end, don't expect some incredible visuals since it was originally designed for the Vita, but still great JRPGs. The one downside is that these games are going to be released separately at a whopping $50 a pop, a little bit expensive on that end, again being a PS3 game and a PS Vita game originally. However, you do get a pair of cool additions in the Decisive Edition and the Relentless Edition. You get some cool steelbooks and some other goodies. However, would have much preferred a $39.99 price point. I'm the guy that always complains about game pricing, so even though I'm biased towards these games, I have to give them some flack for how they are pricing these games. Still excellent JRPGs, and they will be coming in early 2019 with a host of improvements on the PlayStation 4.
They aren't going to let us past, are they?
Smart little beasts.
So we'll just have to take him down.
Go!
I've got you!
It's my turn.
And that's gonna conclude this video. It looks like the PlayStation 5 might be coming sooner than a lot of us expected. A Fallout 76 stress test will be hitting the Xbox One this weekend. Probably will be coming to the PS4 and PC sometime after, as that beta is starting a little bit later. VR support for No Man's Sky is being considered. The PS4 messaging bug will be resolved very soon with a firmware update. And Trails of Cold Steel 1 and 2 are coming to the PlayStation 4 with a host of improvements. That's gonna conclude this video. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. This video is brought to you by scdkeys.com. You need store credit to buy your games anyway, so why not get it for a bit cheaper? They've got PlayStation Network $50 credit codes, and after you use our special code with GC3, you'll be getting that for just $46.64. Also, if you're looking to buy games on your Nintendo Switch, they've also got Nintendo eShop codes for $45.59 after you use the code GC3. They've also got fantastic deals on PC software such as Windows 10 and Office 2019. Check out the links in the description box below to get great deals on everything I just mentioned.